Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. We're back with another look at one of the new divisions in the Tribute to D-Day DLC for Steel Division 2, brought to you by Eugen, and it's going to drop on June 6th, this Saturday. This is the last Allied division we're looking at of the 6 divisions, 3 Allies, 3 Axis. And also we're doing a giveaway on my Discord. The new DLC, I'm going to be giving one away for free. All you have to do is enter the Discord, link below in the description, and click on the giveaways channel to enter the giveaway. So make sure you do that and get yourself in with a chance of bagging a free DLC. So we're looking at the 6th Airborne today, and I'm going to run through this as I have done with others fairly quickly, but you're going to get my first thoughts as I look at this division and look at this fantastic unit right in front of us. We'll get to that one in a moment. First up, we have the carrier Recce. Love the numbers on this vehicle here. Beautiful little numbers on those skins and the little blokes inside. Fantastic. Will he get taken? No, not really. It does have the boys anti-tank rifle there though. You know, they won't get taken, but they are kind of cool at the same time. Maybe in Rangru's divisional disasters tournament, we'll see some carrier Recce. Then we have some Belgians, and like every other language in this game, I'm going to struggle to pronounce them. I mean, it looks like the Eclairs. Eclairs? Eclairs. That's my guess at how to pronounce them. They're basically, yeah, 2-man recon squads armed with Stens from the Belgians. So that's kind of cool to see the Belgians in the game. We got some AB snipers, fantastic units. Oh man, I just love the Jeeps. Wow, look at that Jeep skin. It's absolutely amazing. Man, I just love that skin. So good, so good. AB snipers, they are going to get taken, but you can only get 2 in A phase. They are double vetted, so it's tough, but you get 4 1-point slots, so I'm pretty certain they will get picked. Then we've got some Belgium scouts and some Airborne scouts, or as Tiger was telling me the other day, Angry Bird scouts, because all the 6th Airborne get the AB tag, so they're Angry Bird scouts. So yeah, I mean, the Belgium scouts, they're 4-man squads. The Angry Bird scouts, they're 5-man squads. So you get the Bren gun and the gammon bombs extra. So the Belgium, but they are 10 points more. Yeah, you get your pick. If you're from Belgium, you can choose your Belgium scouts. Then we have the Daimler Little John. That was the unit that we had earlier, and just look at that beautiful unit. I absolutely love this unit. Beautiful skin, absolutely beautiful skin. They've got the 2-pounder, 130mm of penetration. That is good. 20 rounds a minute at 2 stars. 17 rounds a minute at 1 star, but they don't have HE rounds, so you know, yes, they can pop something really good. 130mm, you know, you can pop a Stug 4 for just 30 points, but it can't really deal with infantry very well. It's just got 1 machine gun, but it is recon, so you might be able to sneak it behind enemy lines. This one does have a radio as well. And then we have the Tetrarch Little John, which is basically the same gun but on the Tetrarch chassis. And finally, we've got the Pathfinders, 3 Stens, 7 Lee Enfields, and the new Willy Pete anti-tank grenade, which I think can also, I'm not 100% sure whether this can affect infantry as well. But I think it can because it's flames, so we'll find out in the future. Moving on to the infantry tab, and a lot of 1-point slots. I mean, it's the 6th Airborne. They're going to be strong at their infantry. Glider crew, 3 Sten guns, 8 Lee Enfields, just 15 points, 12 of them in A, 18 in B. I think these are going to be good units. In terms of transports, these are in the CMPs, 80 kilometers per hour, so slightly slower. And I think they're all CMP transports. We'll have to try and keep a check on that. Then we get the air landings. You get 2 cards, 20 points, and they do add the Piat there, but they're only 7-man squads. But you do get a lot of them. I mean, you can get 24 in C phase. I mean, you know, 7-man squads, not fantastic, but they're only 20 points. And they've got a Piat in there. We've got some more Belgians here, the Grenadiers Volt, which is dotted, so must be a little bit more that they've cut off there. These are reasonable, again, 10-man squads. There's going to be a lot of similar sort of kit here. You can get 18 of these in B phase. So, yeah, I think these are going to be strong because you can get a lot of them. We get Angry Bird Canadian leaders, Airborne Canadian leaders, we get Airborne Paras. I don't really want to go through all of them. A lot of them have very similar loadouts. We have basically Belgium leaders, although it says, you've got to be careful here because that says CMDT, so you could get confused thinking that was the commander or the commandant, but they aren't. They are just leaders. They get the Piat and the smoke grenades. These could be quite good with those smoke grenades, but then you get the rifle leaders from the British. You get the Airborne Paras with those Piats, 10-man squads this time with the Piat, and then we get the Ox and Bucks. Now these guys are raiders. They operate behind enemy lines and they will hold the front line forwards behind enemy lines, so they can operate back there. They don't lose morale, if I remember right. Let's have a look. What does it say? This type of unit, e.g. paratroopers, commandos, mountaineers, is used to operate separately and at times isolated from the army's main body. This unit doesn't suffer suppression penalties when operating behind enemy lines. So there you go. Plus they have the explosives here, and this, if you notice, a little Easter egg, kind of, sort of, maybe. They have the German HE grenade. And Eugen put that in there because they captured a hell of a lot of explosives on Pegasus Bridge, and so they've got the German explosives, which is really kind of cool. So that was all the infantry. You get tons of it, and it's reasonable. Like, it's not amazing, like, it's good infantry, it's good, and you get a lot, so it's good. On to the tanks. Bit similar to Normandy, really. You get Tetrox, you can get the Commander Tetrox. I don't really think that's going to get taken. You can get the standard Tetrox. Remember, these only have the AP shells. They can be difficult to micro because they've only got those AP shells. So if I'm honest, I'm not sure whether I'll be using this unit because they can just be more challenging to micro. Cromwell 5s, you can get them in B and C phase. You can get 10 in B phase, which is a decent amount, 15 in C phase. They've got a 90mm penetrating gun, which is the same as a Sherman. Frontal armor is slightly less at 70. The Shermans are 100, but these are 45 points, so a decent price. They are very... No, they aren't. They're not quite as fast as another tank that I was thinking of there. Or maybe am I thinking about it? I think I am thinking about the Cromwell. 65 kilometers on road, 45 off road. I was thinking about the Hellcats. That's it. I was thinking about the Hellcats. So yeah, 65 kilometers road speed is actually pretty decent. These can surprise you. I played against a lot of the Cromwells in 1st Panzer, and they can be really strong. Finally up, we get the Challenger. I mean, just the box on that thing, the box turret on that thing. I mean, the kind of the skin isn't like too much to write home about. It's lovely, but at the same time, it's not like no amazing camo, but it does have that 17-pounder gun, 170mm penetration, only 75mm frontal armor, but it is still fairly decently speedy. I guess that's because of the lack of armor. You can get 8 of these in C phase. You're probably going to want all 8. You probably want to go. You want all of the Cromwells in B phase. Do you take the Tetrox in A phase? I mean, most people probably will, but I don't know whether, you know, can you somehow supplement in a different way? Onto the support tab. What do we have? We got the 2-inch mortars. I don't think they're going to get taken. We got the AB flamethrowers for those fast attacks. I reckon this will be a hallmark of the division. Jeep supplies, which is kind of interesting. What else do we get? We got the AB Vickers HMG, and we've got the standard Vickers HMG. So no real difference between the two, but the Airborne version can come in A and B phase, and then the standard version come in B and C phase. And notice actually the difference between the B phase availability. So you can get 12 in B phase for the standards, but only 10 for the Airborne. However, oh no, they are still 1 star. So interesting the difference there. Can you vet them and get... No, you're still 1 less. Okay, yeah. I'm kind of surprised. We have the Centaur 4, which I think is a Cromwell, but just with the HE. Unless I mean, you guys, you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong. Look at that skin with all the markings on it. I did not know anything about that. I mean... Why does it have those markings on? Someone's going to have to tell me, but that's 180 degrees right there, so it's like the degrees of the turret, but is that like a test? Is this like a test vehicle that they suddenly rushed out there or something? I literally have no idea. Someone's going to have to tell me. But these only have HE, so they're basically the support gun. You don't get infantry guns. And it's basically a thing with the British, you just don't get infantry guns. So the HMGs are going to have to do the job. You can use the Centaurs, they're pretty cheap. 55 points a piece is, I think, fairly cheap. They get 85mm of frontal armour, which is decent. I actually really like these tanks, they look pretty damn cool. We get the AB Commanders with the amazing Jeeps. Do we get anything else? No, just Jeeps. Well, we do get the CMPs, but you're never going to take it in that. We get the Jeep Commander and the Dingo, the Belgium Dingo in C phase. Look at that beautiful skin there. Beautiful. Lovely seeing the dingoes. Let's move on to the anti-tank tab. We get the Airborne Piat. You can get 6 of them in A phase. I think you get some decent slots here. So yeah, maybe you could take them. Piats I think Piats are better than they were in Normandy. They're still not amazing. I mean, 50% accuracy is not great, but yeah, well, you decide whether you want to use them. But the other options here are also very good and actually get quite a lot of cards, so I don't think actually most people will take the Airborne Piats. We've got the 6-pounder, fantastic gun, not really going to go into too much detail. We have the captured German Pak 40, 2 stars in A phase. I definitely think this will get taken. I mean, you only get 1 of them, but it is 2 star. So this thing can fire at 13 rounds a minute, which is fantastic for an anti-tank gun. You only get the AP shells, but 145mm of penetration is pretty damn good, and it's over 50% accuracy, 56%, so you are going to be more likely to hit than not hit. And then we follow it up with the 17-pounders, just a fantastic AT gun. I just want to jump back to the 6-pounder. No, they cannot come in Jeeps. I just wanted to see whether they could come in Jeeps there, but they can't. Let's move on to the anti-air tab, and it's basically Polstons. So you get 2 cards of basic Polstons. You can get a card of Belgian Polstons on the truck. I do not know the... Oh, it's on the CMP truck. There we go. I really do like that skin. I really do like that skin. And then you can get the Tri-Polston. And I played with these today, and these Tri-Polstons, man, they go through their ammunition just poof literally in a minute. 915 rounds a minute. Oh, it's slightly less on the AA version. So when they're firing their ground shells, it's only 900 rounds a minute, but when they're firing into the air, they have to fire slower. I'm not really sure why that is, but it is what it is. 453 rounds a minute, so it's literally about 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes worth of ammunition compared to something like the Polstons. Yeah, again, you only get about 2 minutes worth of ammunition. And I did notice this on my anti-air when I used the 6th Airborne. I ran out of ammunition, so you probably are going to have to use some Jeep supplies or some Bedford supplies to resupply your anti-air, because you are going to run out of ammunition, no doubt about it. It's a shame they can't come in with the Jeep supply unit, and also it's a bit of a shame the Tri-Polston can't come in the Jeeps. I mean, it does look like a heavier AAP, so I guess that's why. Okay, onto the artillery tab. We get the 3-inch mortars, which are basically 81mm mortars. Nothing really major to point out about them. You get the howitzers. Now these can come on the Jeeps, and there are also Jeep supply as well. Now howitzers, I think, are pretty well. You get a lot of them. I mean, look, 5 in A phase, and they have heat shells on them, which can do 90mm of penetration. So you can, you know, take out a tank, and that's 90mm at all ranges, because it's heat. Does not lose penetration drop off, does not, you know, penetration doesn't drop off over range like a standard anti-tank gun would with just AP shells. So this thing can destroy like Stugs at long range, mostly the German armour, because it's slightly less. You know, the Panzer H's, I think they're around 75mm of armour. The Shermans are 100mm of armour, so you're going to have a lower percentage chance, but you've still got a reasonable chance against Shermans. You can get a lot of these howitzers. You can get 5 in A, 10 in B, and 15 in C, but they are around 75, you know, millimeter shells, so the damage isn't over the top. But basically the idea is, or I think the idea is, take them in the Jeeps, use them as the infantry support guns. You know how I said earlier they don't have infantry support guns? Use these howitzers as basically infantry support guns. You also get the 25-pounders. These are with the Belgians. These also have AP shells on them, 120mm of penetration. So yeah, I think with the Airborne Division, definitely use their artillery guns also as anti-tank guns. Why not? Why not? You can get 3 of these in A, 6 in B, 12 in C, but remember, again, only 87.6mm kind of caliber, so the damage isn't over the top. You know, if you're competing against some of the German artillery with those Hummels, 150mm guns, the SK-18s, then you are outmatched. Same with the Russians as well, with the what is it, the M30, if I remember right, and the A19. Those big howitzers, they do really outmatch in the artillery stakes, but what you lose in caliber you make up for in numbers. In terms of off maps as well, 2 fantastic off map vehicles. The AOP Carrier, 203mm off map, just amazing off map, and then the Willys OP 15-inch guns, 381mm off map. Boom, this thing is going to go off with a bang. I cannot wait to see this thing in competitive play. Man. Finally, the air tab. It's what you've all been waiting for. 6th Airborne, what do we get? We get the Oyster recon plane. We get the Mosquito, which I think is painted into night livery. And a beautiful looking skin that is. This is the air recon again. No weapons on there, so it's purely recon. But you can get 2 of them in A. That's a bug. That's a bug. Ignore that. This has no weaponry on it. But it's fast, 565 kilometers per hour, and you can get 2 of them in A. You know, I'm not necessarily against this plane, but I think, like, I would probably take this plane, but I think there are too many options. You get a lot of slots, they're not too expensive, they're known for the airborne, so you're going to want to take other planes, which is a bit of a shame because this recon plane could really do some good work. We have the Mosquito Fighters, another great skin. 4 Hispano Mark IIs. You get 4 of them in A, 6 in B. I think most people will probably take them in A. They can act as close air support as well. And they are fairly resilient, medium resilient, so they can stand up to some light AA, really. We have the Mosquito Fighter Bombers, 6 times 110 kilogram bombs. You could take those as well. You can get a fair number of those, 8 of them in C. Star of the show, or one of the stars of the show, the Mosquito Napalm Bomber, 115 points. You can get 2 of them in A, and yeah, I like this one a lot, so definitely I think experiment with that, take that. We have the main fighters, the Tempests. You can get 3 in A, you can get 4 in B, and you can get 6 in C, so a bit of a strange curve. You kind of either want to take them in A or C, because it doesn't make sense to take them in B and only get 1 more than A when you can wait till C and get 3 more. Kind of, yeah, it doesn't quite make sense, so take them in A or take them in C, really. But, I mean, you can take them in B. I mean, just ignore me, you know. 680 kilometers per hour. I mean, that is fast. 4 Hispano 20 mils. It will do the job very well. Agility medium. You know, resilience is medium as well. It's not light resilience like a lot of the other, you know, dedicated fighters. So it can stand up to some AA. We've got the Tempest Mark V with the 210 kilogram bombs. I think these are the guys you want to take in A. You can get 3 of them. They can act as fighters as well. You can also get them with the 230 kilogram bombs. Again, you can take them in A, but I would probably wait till B or C to take these so you can get a few more of them. Finally, we're on to probably the thing that one of the 6th Airborne is most well known for, I think, from Normandy. These Typhoon AT rocket planes. I mean, these things were beasts in Normandy. 160 points. They are kind of expensive. You can only get 1 in A, 2 in B, 4 in C, but you do get 2 cards of them. And yeah, I mean, you're going to want to take them. You are going to want to take them, but it doesn't look like they're going to be quite as overbearing. I don't really think overbearing is the word, because they were needed in Normandy, but they were very good at their job. We'll have to see how good they are in Steel Division 2. And that is it. We've been through the 6th Airborne, the last Allied division. I'm going to have to pick my favourite unit. Let me have a quick look back through the tabs. What do we pick as my favourite unit? Do you know what? I'm going to pick the captured German Pak 40. I mean, it's just a German Pak 40, but I don't know. There's something about it. Having a captured AT gun. I think it's... yeah, I don't know. I'm just picking it as my favourite unit. 2-star Pak 40? Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, and I love the red berets, you know, I absolutely love the red berets, and they've got like black painted face, which I think they did for the airborne landings, didn't they? So that, you know, in the night they couldn't be seen as easier, you know, the face was camouflaged. Yeah, really interesting. Love it. There we have it, the 6th Airborne. Look out for the final Axis division to be released coming soon as well, and the DLC comes out on Saturday, June 6th. Look out for it. Remember, we have a giveaway in the Discord, so link is down in the description. Head into my Discord and make sure you enter that giveaway so you get a chance to win the DLC for free. And yeah, see me in the game as well. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I am Angry Birds. I will see you next time.